Ring, 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 ring. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Doop, doop. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Great day, amazing people.
Great day. We are back with True to Life podcast. True, the number 2 Life podcast. Y'all, you got your girl Maya.
And y'all already know the vibes. It's Angelise. What's poppin', everybody?
Yo, today's episode, y'all, we didn't, usually we come with y'all with a subject already pulled and picked out for y'all. But, baby, we just gotta come today and we're gonna talk some real life stuff. Like, let's be completely real about what's going on. So, since you want to start off, you want me to start off because you looked at me like,
Honestly, we could just get into it. It's really all about full transparency, and honestly, we both have a lot going on right now.
Y'all, it's like,
okay. You could go. Like your ass is itching. That ass is itching for info. Come on, go ahead and give it to
because life is lifing. Like, and I'm only smiling right now. Surprisingly, I am smiling, but it's just like sometimes you have to laugh at it. I came into the new year, y'all, different this year, with a different mindset, with I'm going to be positive, things is going to go right this time. I came into the new year with that mindset. I came in feeling better. But it's like I came in feeling better, but life is trying to box me up right now. Like, and I'm trying to keep smiling through everything. Surprisingly, I am not where I would usually be.
In terms of what?
Usually when life is, we all go through stuff. So usually with life, when it's hitting and not going the way I needed to go, I'm usually crying and like super duper depressed and just
defeated.
Defeated. That's how I feel. I really feel defeated.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I'm like just like I just want to give up. Surprisingly, this time I don't really. I feel a way, but I don't feel the need to just break down and cry. That could be the reason of me coming in positive like I did. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. I was eating. That could be the reason why I don't feel so defeated this time. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely knocking, like, I don't know what to say. Like, it's a lot. It's really a lot going on. And transparency between cars getting stolen. Like, it's just things that people are doing. My mother's car that got stolen. Like, it's a lot going on, y'all. Like, seriously. And it's just left and right type of things that's going on. When it comes to my mama, I'm 10 toes down. So, like, when something happened to her, kind of, I know it's her issue, but it's kind of like my issue, too. Same thing happened to me and my husband. So, it's just, like, a lot going on. But I'm trying to stay positive behind it. So, the way I got through it this time to make myself feel like I was, positive was I kept telling myself, everything that's happening to me, I cannot control. I cannot control my car getting stolen.
Right.
I cannot control my mother's car getting stolen. I cannot control the things that's happening in the outside world that may be coming towards me. I can't control it. So the only thing I can control is my actions and my feelings and how I handle it, right?
Let's talk about it.
So when I said that to myself the other day, because mind you, y'all, last week was kind of getting to me. Usually I'm smiling. I still was smiling. Even at work, I was still smiling. But people could see through that smile. And because it wasn't my normal, like, genuine smile. Like, okay, she's actually happy. It was like, okay, something bothering you, but you put on the smile because you're working. Mm-hmm. All right. But I had like a come to myself moment and come to Jesus moment. But it was just like everything that's happening, you cannot control. And everything material-wise, you can replace it. So what's the next step? Like, what can I do to fix that? And I started back writing, like I've been doing. But I started back, like, I stopped for like a few days. And I was like, you know what? Let me get back to where I need to be mentally. Because that's what I was doing. When I first came into the new year, I had my, not resolution, but what I wanted to do this year differently. And one was reading my Bible and writing about it. And I stopped, like, for a few, matter of fact, almost a week, I stopped because I was just so busy, right? Putting stuff in front of it. So I was like, you know what? Let me get back to that. And that could be why I feel better today. Because I did yesterday and then today, like, woke up and read my Bible verse and was like, okay. Wrote some notes in my phone real quick and kept it moving. So I felt better. But life is still life, and what's up with you, sis? What's up with you, baby?
We could just bring it back on to you.
Bring it back, baby. Bring it back. What's going on? Because my sis, I can tell, I feel your energy. So what's good?
Honestly, one thing that I could say about me is I am like very self-aware, right? Another thing is like God is just so good. Oh my gosh. Like it's just
He is, for real.
so like it don't matter what I'm going through. Like one thing I could say, like it don't matter what I'm going through. I'm never gonna be too down where I'm just like boom. One thing that I was listening to, Steve Harvey said you can't be depressed if you always wake up grateful. You can't he said gratitude defeats depression. And that's one thing that I feel like I'm trying to push through and just think about. Like right now my mom is suffering from heart failure. Like it don't matter what I'm going through. It don't matter what I'm going through. Other than nothing beats that. You get what I'm saying? And like Maya said, I can't control that. And I'm big on control the controllables. And I can't control that. So I can't let it eat me up every day. You get what I'm saying? I gotta be grateful about something. I gotta wake up grateful about something. Like a lot of the times people will never know that you're going through stuff. And they shouldn't. You have to have a level of poise. And that don't mean that, you can't wear that shit on your shoulder, but what are these people going to do for you to help you with this? Nothing. So it don't matter what I'm going through. I tend to not like to talk about it because it's nothing that you can do to change my situation.
That's right.
Period. But for all the people that do have life going on, remember, baby, you ain't the only one. World population is 8 billion, okay?
People
and growing fast. Everybody is going through something. Everybody is going through something. Like, it's just everybody always going through something, and you have to keep a smile on your face. What I'm going through is not going to overpower what you're going through. You get what I'm saying? Because you're going to feel the way that you feel about it separately. So in terms of what I'm going through right now, I'm going through trying to make sure that I be grateful even through the depression. That's what I'm going through. I'm going through trying to make sure that I don't forget God while I'm going through sadness. I'm going through trying to make sure that I don't forget to pray while I'm constantly beating down my thoughts, right? I'm going through trying to make sure that I put some personal development in my life to combat all the sadness that I got going on, right? That's what I'm going through. I'm going through fighting through it. I'm going through pushing through it. That's what I'm going through, right? Because what's creating my anxiety and what's creating my sadness, it's no point for me to hone in on it. It's not going nowhere. You get what I'm saying? I got to be grateful about the other things. So in the midst of me going through all of this, I'm still city to city, state to state, game to game, country to country, if need be, right? Because God forbid something happened to my mother, what am I going to be able to do? I'm going what? Roll over and try to go with her? You get what I'm saying? That's not what my purpose is for. It's to keep going. And that's the one thing about death that hurts so bad. They get to die, and you got to keep living. So one thing I could always say about it don't matter what I'm going through. I'm going to always keep a smile on my face, and I'm always trying to find a way to, like, push somebody up more. And I don't talk about what I'm going through because I'm, like, bad at my emotional side. But I feel like I'm grateful that I'm not 22 no more, because from 22 prior to that, I let a lot of my emotions get the best of me. But that level of emotional intelligence that I have now, it just outweighs it all. So, I mean, shit, in terms of specifics, like, I'm ready to sue my property people. They pissing me the hell off. They got me all the way twisted, right? I'm from New York. They from North Carolina. Sometimes you got to realize that the laws and everything is different. I'm not really feeling too happy about the people that I have to surround myself with. And sometimes when you put yourself around people and you put yourself in a contract, you have no choice but to deal with that and be mature, right? I'm going through problems with my mom. I'm going through, I guess, problems with trying to battle being mentally strong and also being in the now, in the presence of what my issues is, instead of bottling it up and letting it burst out later.
Dang, I feel you on that, though. That
crazy. Was a whole spiel.
But I love it. I love it.
I'm sorry.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like, okay, I'm going to say this. This is my personal feeling with what I have going on. Also, like you said, like, everybody's going through something. So for me, it's like, it's people that could be going through something even worse than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be the things that I'm going through is not, it could be worse. Let's say that.
Amen.
Let's say that. It could definitely be worse. So I know God got me. But me personally take what's going on with me right now, what's going on with life right now, I really take this as a test, because this was not my plan. this was, I know if y'all look a few episodes back, we asked, was our year going the way we wanted? At first it was. This was definitely not my plan. This was not what I was expecting. But I think this is also a test because, like I said, the old me by now would have been crying somewhere in the corner, eating ice cream, like seriously, and just be all of my emotions and everything else and just going crazy. But for me, I think it's a test. So because I'm trying to stay so positive with everything, I'm trying to stick to what I said because I have a few friends that's going through some things and I'm the one that usually take on their issues. Like they tell me about it, I'm like, oh, okay, what can I do? How can I help? But for once I was like, no. Like I done told a few people no this year that they asking for things. I'm like, no. So because I'm trying to stick to my guns or what I said I was going to do, I feel like it's more so of a test. So even with the things that I'm going through, by now, I would have been like for real, like just crying everywhere. So the test for me is how I'm handling it, the way I'm handling things right now. So the still trying to find something positive, like even with the car getting stolen, my thing was it's replaceable. So trying to find the positive in things. So instead of looking for the bad in everything, like I used to, because that was a big problem with me. Like instead of just seeing the positive first, I'm always like, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, that used to be me, seriously, because I always found, and I hate to be negative, but it's like I was like negative Betty. Like, I always found something to be negative about, or whatever situation is, instead of trying to pull the positive out so I could look at it in a different view, I was being negative about it. And that's what put me in the depression stage that I was going in. So it's like, for me, I feel like this is really a test. Like, I really feel like everything that's going on right now for me is seriously a test. And even with my mom's situation, like I said, I'm used to putting everybody else's problems on me. Even when her car got stolen, like, I can't do that about it, but what I can do is help her on my end. But usually I would have took on that issue and been like, okay, mom, oh my God, like, I'm more worried and crying about it than she would be. You know what I'm saying? So for once, it was like, no, well, I got you. Where you need to ride to? Where we going? What you need done? Luckily, we blessed to have another vehicle, so even with the car getting taken, it was still, we still able to maneuver. It's a little more strain, of course, but we're able to maneuver. So, in other words, what I'm saying is, for me, everything that's really going on right now, I really feel like it's a test. But the good thing is, I feel like I'm passing the test. Like, I really feel like I'm acing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, yeah, I still have my moments. I'm human. Don't get me wrong. Because like I said, this past weekend for me was kind of like down. Because I never had a car stolen like that before. Like out my yard. Like literally right after my husband pulled up, the car was damn near going out. I never had that happen before. So that had me a little fearful. But it's like a lot was like just running through my mind. And then Sunday, I was trying to work and stuff. And even like, I don't have my focus. That's another thing I said I was going to do for the new year. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Because right now, even with my focus, I'm not there. Like, I'm trying to be there. I'm making myself try to be there. But it's something that's, I feel, holding me back. So do you feel like this is a test for you?
No, I don't feel like this is a test. I feel like certain things God gonna put you through, but then not everything. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people give too much and be like, oh, that's God, that's God, that's God. No, it's not. Sometimes you just need to be taking responsibility for the fucking actions and the shit that's going on. I don't even think that you're going through a test, but I mean, that's not my place.
I'm about to say, I just feel like, because of me and the goals that I had set, even with my emotions, me saying that I'm going to do better with this and I'm going to do better with that. The reason why I say it's a test, because it's like everything was going so good. And all of a sudden, all this bad has happened.
But this is reality. I feel like, and that's the thing, like this, like what I'm going through, yeah, my mom being sick, like, damn, that's not something that somebody wants to be dealing with. But the reality is that life is going to life, and I'd much rather life than it do not life, because if it's like once life stop life and then we dead, that means you're dead. Like life has been life in my whole entire life. I remember going through evictions as a child, like that's life. And I remember not having electricity, that's life. And you get what I'm saying? Like, and that was stuff that was going on my entire life, like different things being put into different situations. And I don't know, it just make you who you are today. It makes you more stronger. What you're going through is not making you.
The reason why I say a test is because my emotions.
Let me finish.
I know, but the reason why I said my test is my emotions, how I handle it.
But it's also making you stronger, right? Because it's putting you in situations that's going to be happening. If you're not getting through no real test, if it's just easy for you to say no, you got to be put in a situation to see, you get what I'm saying, how you going to be about it. And it's not no test, because for the next 20, 30, 32 years, right? And then your next level of life, you're going to be going through the same situation, but you already going to know how to handle it because you've been there. God not putting you through a test. He just letting you go through the phases of what's going on in
I don't
terms
know.
of our life.
I agree to disagree on that one because the reason,
That's-
like I said, because the
that's
reason why
cool.
I say a test, and the reason why I say a test for me is because I know how I usually handle these situations.
That's why I said it's not my place, because
Yeah.
that's your perspective of what you're dealing with and how
Right.
you going about it, right? I just know in terms of me and my perspective, it ain't nothing specific that I feel like God is gonna be like, here, this is a specific thing for you. We going through the same type of test. I've been through the same test of forgiveness, of patience, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like in terms of like me standing on stuff, I mean, God gonna give you the skill, but you gotta have the will, and that's really
Facts.
what it is. And I mean, it's all about what you putting in your brain. Every time I'm going through the worst of the worst, I'm trying to listen to the best of the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sure that I'm listening to the most positive things that's possible. I'm trying to make sure that I'm listening to these things that's going to be, helping with my brain, right? So I don't know. I feel like one thing that I realized, and could be why you going, not you, but why I'm going through what I'm going through, is I was listening to this thing and it was saying take the cap off of God. And no, this is not supposed to be an episode in terms of that, but that's what I realized. I life the worst when I stop praying and I stop thinking, forgetting where I'm at, right? A lot of the times we gonna be like praying to be put into this position, and then now you put into this position, but when you get there, you stop praying, you stop thinking, and now all of a sudden we going through tests. All of a sudden we going through life. No, you're not. You're going through what you was prior going to before you gave it to this man. And now when you put all the trust into this man's life, he giving you the opportunity that you're supposed to be having, and then you no longer thanking him. You no longer talking to him. You no longer standing on what you was saying that you was going to do. You're not upholding your end of the deal. And now you're going through what you're going through. And that's what I'm dealing with. I prayed for financial freedom, for personal freedom, for time freedom. I prayed for a lot of the benefits that I'm dealing with right now. But when it came time that I stopped praying to, okay, now help me with the next level. Help me with the mindset. Help me with what I'm going to be needing with that part, right? I stopped thinking. Oh my God, please help my mom get through this. Help my mom get through this. But I stopped praying to keep my mom from this. Keep my mom from that. Give my mom the will. Give my mom that strength. Give my mom that guidance. You get what I'm saying? So it's like we can't be praying. You putting all that strain on them for you not hold up your end of the deal. And honestly, respectfully, the life is not yours to have. That's his life. So that's a whole different day for a whole different topic, y'all.
The way she just preached though, because she just said something. She just dropped something right there. Saying, like for real though.
It's not my life. It's not Angelisa's life. This is God gave me this life. So I'm supposed to be making sure I'm doing right. And in return, he's giving me all these blessings. Money, read The Science of Getting Rich. They're going to talk about God. That's God's money. You're supposed to be making sure that you go ahead and make all this money to give God a better life. Your life is not yours. Your life is his. And if you're not giving him nothing, then that's why a lot of the times we going through what we going through. But that's in a book. That's in a book. That's not the Bible. It's a lot of books that you could be reading. The Richest Man of Babylon. A lot of this stuff. Success leave clues. And I'm one of them that I'm going to be picking up these clues. I'm picking up what they putting down. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going through life, but I also stopped praying about it. You got to think about it. You going through life, but it's going to be something that's going to soften your cushion. All right. You feel me? And a lot of the times when people go through life, they just dig deep into life. Like I was talking to this girl and she going through a lot of life, right? But little did she know I was too, right? She arguing with her mom, I'm about to lose mine. You get what I'm saying? Right? So what I had to really show her is, you know that you're going through this piece of your life. Why would you dig into it, right? That part not going nowhere. But you got these goods and you got these, for instance, you got your fitness, you got your other business, you got our business. But a lot of times people gonna rather dig into their life in that bad and that negative than, okay, I could put down the back burner. I mean, shit, it ain't going nowhere. It's my life. Like, my mom not going nowhere to me, right? So, yeah, I'm going to make sure I still go hustle and do what I need to do. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I still hop on this plane. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I still get to where I need to be because that's what's going to be better for me. That's what's going to be what I need. You get what I'm saying? And then it's taking me away from just thinking about the bad and the negative and the bullshit. Like, a lot of times people dig into their bullshit. And I don't know, that shit is whack. Like, pull yourself out that shit. Like I said, gratitude beats depression any day. You cannot be sad if you're thinking about happy shit. You just can't.
She said what she said. Because I don't even know how to follow up behind that, y'all. She said what she said, but what she said was some good shit.
Life
Period.
is not going to go nowhere, bro.
Life is not.
We just gotta learn how to deal with it better. And I feel like I'm just blessed to be so young and to be having this type of posture and be having this type of mindset. Like for the last 2 days, last 3 days, the only book I've been reading is The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. And I say Steve Harvey gave me it, right? Because I was listening to something that he was saying, and he was saying that you need to read this book. And if that book helped him, and he's a multi-millionaire, various successful establishments, companies, you get what I'm saying? Why would you not take advice from this man? I went and started listening to that book, and he basically like, bro, spit. Talking about a whole lot of stuff, and just how to get your mind right, get your mind better. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz is doing this big one right now.
I love it.
Yeah, when you're going through sad stuff, what do you do?
Read my Bible. That's what I'm getting at now. Like getting back to that. So reading the Bible. And just feel like when I open the Bible, I don't just like go to a certain page. I open it and wherever it's at, I read that. And besides that, listen to the Bible. So I listen to the Bible on my phone, and I honestly feel better. Like just for me, that's where I'm retraining my mind to do. Is when you feeling sad, instead of going to friends to vent and talk and everything else, I'm talking to God and I'm opening my book and just reading.
You definitely got to stop doing that. They already going through their own stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So here I am trying to freaking go to my friend who already got their own shit going on, who more than likely is not even in a good space to give me advice, right?
Facts.
And then now you putting a whole lot of strain and negativity onto your friend as well. I personally think that shit is selfish. I was going through a lot of crazy things this past Tuesday, right? I didn't call you about it not once because I already know that you're going through something. So in reality, what is the benefit of me bringing that onto my friend, right?
Facts.
To vent about it, to talk about it. Like, I don't know. A lot of times we got to realize what we talking about, what we speaking into the air.
Yep.
Like, Top 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and Middle Class by Keith Cameron Smith. Distinction number 9, millionaires talk about ideas, middle class talk about people or other things. That is so true. A lot of the times we talking about people, we talking about drama, we talking about things, but we never talking about ideas, right? We never talk about positivity or a way to get out of them, or where we gonna take the kids, or you get what I'm saying? We talk about the drama that we having with the kids or with the kids' father, and before you know it, you start thinking that you're going through more life. In reality, your situation is small. You made your small situation something so fucking big because you adding more fuel to this fire that's so fucking little that you can just stomp on. Period. A lot of times you got to pick and choose your battles, and a lot of people don't.
That's something I do now.
A lot of people do not.
Like, is it worth it?
A lot of people do not.
Is it worth it? Is it going to change anything?
That's what I'm saying. I have a laundry list of things, but the only thing is my mom. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That all this little small shit, I'm gonna beat it up. I'm not gonna let it beat me up. I know how to fight. You feel me? So,
there you go.
So life gonna have to come swinging for real, if I'm gonna let it take me out. Period. And that's how you have to really think about it. I bet on myself. You put me up against anybody, I'm gonna eat them up. And not talk about no fighting, but I bet on myself every single time. It don't matter what it is. I'm betting on me. So we gotta think about the same thing when it comes to this life. We made life a person. Life is not a fucking person. Life is a whole bunch of situations. I bet you beat that hoe up.
That's facts. And shit, only worry about what you can control. If you can't control it, then if you can't control it, what you doing? I mean, why stress about it? If it rain, I can't control that. Why be upset about it?
Like you said, you can't control your car getting stolen.
I can't. But guess what? I was blessed to have another one to drive. So thank you, God. Keep it moving.
You're going to be blessed to get a better one.
Hello, somebody.
I'm telling you, sometimes God wanted that car out your driveway to make room for the new one. You never know what the blessing is.
Never know what's going on. Yep.
That's why I never ask why me. I ask what you teaching me. And that's a part of the top 10 distinction. He said, middle class always say why me, millionaires ask empowering questions. And it's true. What is this trying to teach me?
Yeah, I know. That probably keeps me moving my hands. It's just...
Instead of why me.
I'm just just, yeah.
Read these books, man. Stop listening to people. Stop taking free advice. Hop into a book. If you want to be successful, read books about success. You want to be a better parent, read books about parenting. You want to make more money, read books about money management. You want to be an engineer, read books about engineering. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's so, if you want to learn how to fight, read books about karate, books about boxing. You get what I'm saying? Learn and make it fundamental. It's not always about, oh, it got to be something so negative. No, fighting is a skill. We don't need to be putting that in the bad category. Right? That's a survival skill. That's a necessity, if you ask me.
But as people, we always automatically put it in bad
because
categories.
People are programmed to be negative.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. Because, baby, that's another thing. People just choose to be negative.
Yep, and I choose to be positive, even through the things that you're going through. So just because that person has a level of poise and humility, that don't mean that they're not going through nothing. Just because you wear your bullshit on your shoulders.
That's why you watch how you treat people. You never know what that person's going through. You never know what that person's thinking. You never know. People could be smiling in your face.
You never know who that person is going to become.
Yes.
Period. So that's why I'm not,
treat people how you want to be treated.
I have nothing else to say.
Me either, y'all. This was a good episode.
Yeah, and I feel better, too.
We need to get it out. That's what it was.
It's like here I'm pep talking y'all, and that shit was coming back at me like, yeah, take that, Angela.
Yeah, you hear yourself? I'm talking to you. Yeah.
I'm going to take my own advice.
Yeah, I think we all go through that issue. We can get that good advice, but when it comes time to take it, baby,
it'd
be a little hard.
That easier said than done shit is real.
Here we go. You can say that one more again.
It is. But yeah. We can be back with y'all again next week. Y'all already know the vibes.
This was good.
This was necessary.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Always. All right, y'all. With that being said, we love...
Oh, shit. Fucking up the set. Y'all, make sure y'all follow us on all of our platforms, okay? True, the number 2, Life. And that's on everything. You can find us on all the platforms, social media, Instagram, TikTok, for me, Spotify, all that good stuff. So if you want to follow us, follow our platforms. You're going to see us. You can't even miss us.
We there. Right there.
All right, y'all. I'm out.
Bye.
Later.